Grit with Grace is brought to you by Zoetis. Your dedication runs deep, and it fuels everything Zoetis does. To protect and support cattle and those who care for them, we are born of the bond. Learn more at bornofthebond.com.
Well, life doesn't always go as planned, and it's through heartbreak we're often reminded of that. But for one family coping with loss, their extended family came through in the most fitting way, and it's a final sale in this month's Grit with Grace. Chad Schmit was a man with a mission. At 35 years old, he had a passion for the farm with a knack for helping youth.
I always had young kids out here trying to get more kids involved into the cattle area for showing and promoting it.
People who knew Chad say showing cattle was his true love.
A lot of people say you learn from your elders, but I learned a lot of cattle stuff and showing stuff from my younger brother.
Jeremy Schmidt says his brother was someone people were just drawn to.
My mom always called him her little social butterfly.
Chad had his own work to do, but if anybody asked him to do something, he'd find the time to do it.
A memorable laugh. It was his chuckle that was his trademark.
The Beef Expo every year was one thing Chad really looked forward to. It was like a vacation for him.
And in October, as Chad was setting up for Expo, nothing was out of the norm.
And all of a sudden, Matt texts me back, "Call me, I need to talk to you right away. Something happened to Chad." So I call Matt and I'm like, "Well, what's going on?" And Matt told me, "Well, Chad collapsed. The ambulance just pulled in the cattle barn up here. They're working on him."
Without much information about what had happened and not knowing where the ambulance was taking Chad, he started driving that way and called their parents.
And then to find out that he had passed before we got up there made the ride a lot harder.
The paramedics worked on Chad for 45 minutes, but with no heartbeat, they couldn't revive him.
One thing that we just took kind of as solace is he passed away doing what he loved. The Beef Expo is very youth exhibitor centric and Chad's vacation and holiday, and he died doing what he loved and didn't have to suffer in pain.
The Minnesota Beef Expo was where Chad felt at home, and it was those at Expo who wanted to do something to honor Chad.
Tom and Joe and Waldron made some calls, and here's what they want to do. They're making calls to collect money, or we'll buy the heifer and on the sale and then give her back to you guys and you can take her home. And I'm like, no, that's not what Chad would want.
Instead, Jeremy knew exactly what Chad would want.
Our goal was here is to see the heifer go to a young person that would exhibit her and take care of her and would take pride in having her. So that information got relayed on to show director.
Over the next 24 hours, the expo went on as usual, with a team of people helping get Chad's heifer ready for the spotlight. And it was Jeremy who would then show Chad's heifer in the ring.
The show organizers were kind of worried about me showing if I'd be able to handle it.
And he did. Chad's heifer won grand champion. As the expo paid tribute to the man who dedicated so much of his time to helping youth, it was a tribute to Chad in the most fitting way.
The only thing constant in life is change. And Chad loved the youth. He loved breeding cattle. He loved coming to the Minnesota Beef Expo.
But let's give the Schmit family know that we're behind them 110%. Let's give them a big hand of encouragement.
As the sale took off, it started with a $5,000 bid.
Let's send them out with a bang. On you betcha. Your grand champion Shorthorn heifer.
But as more hands went up, it was clear the grand champion Shorthorn was a part of something special.
Someday about 10,500, 10,005.
But what happened next
And then it even gets better, folks.
was something that wasn't planned in weeks or months. Less than 24 hours after Chad died of what they think was a heart attack, the Shorthorn Association in Minnesota, along with friends, pulled together the money to buy Chad's heifer.
This young man, I think he's here, Leighton.
Only to give it away.
They're giving this heifer to this young man.
And that heifer is one Leighton had his sights set on from the start of the expo to take home.
There's something about her that I liked the way she looked and how she set up and everything. And I felt like she had a special place in my heart, but I couldn't quite figure out why.
What Leighton didn't know is Jeremy had searched through the applications of the Minnesota Youth Beef Experience program. And even though Leighton got outbid during the sale,
My heart just sank. Dead there, the pit went into my chest, and I was not going to get that heifer. I was so sad.
Leighton would be the one taking Chad's heifer home.
I'm with her every day for at least an hour, and she is just a favorite. She's so funny.
And Leighton wasn't just any kid.
Great, this is fantastic. Like you said, Chad, I know you'd be smiling.
Yep.
Let's give him a big hand. Shorthorn readers, congratulations.
He's the grandson of a man from whom Chad purchased his first Shorthorn.
Kind of a full circle coming together there, where we started ours from his grandparents, and he gets to start his beef herd from us, basically bring everything full circle.
A heifer who Chad had named Destiny.
When you're feeling down, she knows when you're feeling down, like if you're sad or something, because she knows, and she'll come over to you and she'll put her head on you.
A final sale that's helping give the Schmits some peace.
It's just a really humbling and unexpected, just how within 24 hours, what started out with a few phone calls.
It's a special thanks for all the people. It shows you that the cattle people
It's a great community.
is a great community.
Chad died doing what he loved, surrounded by those who loved him.
I don't know if Chad really understood or realized how appreciated and loved he was within the beef community, and I pray he's watching down.
Chad was the type of person, he'd rather see a young kid out working with cattle or sheep or any 4-H product they'd like to do, rather than sit and watch TV and play computer games and stuff like that. He was the type that would like to be remembered that way, that he was trying to make the world a better place.
A story that came full circle as they worked to keep Chad's memory alive. Well, a couple items were also donated at a Minnesota Beef Expo. Those were raffled off, and that money, combined with some of the money that they raised, will go to put a scholarship together for Chad. But for now, Leighton says every cattle show he goes to is going to take that picture of Chad with him. All right, when we come back, John Phipps has customer support this weekend.
Are speculators driving the oil market?
Over 10,000 years ago, mankind first domesticated cattle. At this exact same time, cattle domesticated us. Our two species have worked together and taken care of each other for centuries. Zoetis is today's advanced answer to that ancient bond. We help make it stronger, healthier, more robust. We are born of the bond.